2022, Jesus Sanchez hit a ball
to the moon.
This one is clipped to deep right, and oh, wow. That's a double wow.
Okay, it was the longest hit home run of the 2022 Major League season, 496 feet. For Jesus Sanchez, he has become this underappreciated asset whose stock is at an all-time low. Is he going to provide the Jays with plus arm strength in the outfield?
Yeah.
Is he a guy we can rely on, unlike Anthony Santander? We already know what he does. Is he from the Dominican Republic? Ross Atkins, you might have done it again. Now, in every trade, you have to give up a player. And this time we had to give up Joey Loperfido. Loperfido was such a positive guy on and off the field for the Jays, and I'm wishing him nothing but success back in Houston. Seriously, it's not like we sent him to the White Sox, a completely new environment. He's going back to the team that had originally drafted him. Ross Atkins made the high upside move. This move gives us much needed healthy competition in the outfield. It gives Addison Barger a new position. I'm guessing he plays mainly at third base. And now Jesus Sanchez can take to the right field position with utility outfielders like Nathan Lucas and Miles Straw still on the roster. I am guessing there will be more heartbreak when one of them do get traded for a utility infielder, as none of us, and I mean none of us, want to see Leo Jimenez get major minutes in the Major League system. Now back to Jesus. Why will this work out in the long term? Well,
Hello, how are you? David Popkins is the truth, and I'm gonna tell you a story.
Jesus Sanchez, after one hitting session with David Popkins, is gonna come out swinging like Bautista in 010. This man has redefined this offense and has gotten the most out of numerous guys in the lineup. Grandpa out of his prime, he turned the clock back 10 years. Dalton Varsho strikeout. He did stink it up on the biggest day of the season, but he was mashing, and without injuries, if he played 162 games, just stay with me, and we calculated his 20 home runs in 71 games, this is an average of 0.28 a game. Now, if we multiply this figure by the total games of 162, he would have matched 46 home runs.
Quick maths.
I can go on and on about how many guys have taken the next step with David Popkins in the building. And if Dalton Varsho can hit 46 home runs in the season, then I think Jesus Sanchez has a good shot at turning his career around. Popkins legitimately took one of the struggling offenses in Major League Baseball to arguably becoming the best offense during the regular season and the postseason. For Jesus Sanchez, you've shown the power, but you've struggled with basically everything else. Your splits of a batting average of sub 200, OPS of 269, and a slugging of 342 over 48 games was very horrific after a midseason trade away from the Marlins. So yes, he looked like a shell of his former self, and the Astros at the time paid a hefty price giving up 3 farm prospects for Jesus Sanchez. Now, not everything is gloomy. Guess who's the king of fixing everything else? Miracle worker, Superman of hitting, David Popkins. In fact, he has this whole section to himself. Sanchez, you're a lefty who mashes right-handed pitching. And it's time for you to take the leap in Toronto. Now only time will tell. Look, at first glance, you're probably thinking this is the biggest overreaction to a guy who is mid, who some will view as a panic trade with the Santander injury. It's pretty factual. Then a lot of you will be screaming that Loperfido should have stayed. It's a cold, hard world.
Shut your
For Loperfido, I feel regression is imminent. Could he completely do a 180 and become one of the best hitters in baseball?
Yeah.
The Jays just have to take chances with the departure of Bichette. And now that he's playing for the Astros and Sanchez, who gets a fresh start, I think this is his year to rewrite his story and give the Jays a much needed oomph to the lineup. Am I putting a lot of stock into a guy that hasn't hit 20 plus home runs in one season of Major League Baseball? But this might be the year of Jesus Sanchez. The way Jose Bautista turned into a modern day slugging behemoth at the age of 28 is a needle in a haystack. Actually, wait, 2 needles in the same era on the same team. I can't forget Edwin as well. The late blooming hitter with endgame level power and plus arm strength. It's almost script written that Jesus Sanchez is getting the opportunity to rewrite his story in Toronto. Then again, according to our good old friend AI, his most realistic comp is Travis Snyder, and they got it basically on the noggin. To clarify, he is currently playing like Bruno Caboclo, Brazilian Giannis, if you know, you know, but it's a project worth taking on if you're the Jays. His baseline as a Blue Jay going forward is a floor of Travis Snyder from 08 to 2015. It was a lefty bat who played in the outfield, who was highly touted for his power but never produced at a true elite level in the majors, and he fizzled out after 7 seasons. And his ceiling is the man, Jose Bautista. Now, from what I've seen in spring training, he loves it here. Already seems him and Vlad are getting along great. The smile as well, man. 10 out of 10. Seriously, Ross Atkins, you can pat yourself on the back now. I can somewhat live with the fact that Bo Bichette isn't at spring training. Our outfield was crowded, and Joey Loperfido would have just been a depth piece going forward. He is the high upside power bat that, if you repair his issues, could be the future going forward. If he even gets back to that 2023 level with the Miami Marlins and he can reach a healthy number of home runs, let's say 25 home runs, in a hitter-friendly park at the Rogers Center, this trade is a win in my book. Now for Jose Bautista Lite Edition, you guys see the Nintendo Switch reference, I do hope for the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this video. I just want to talk about the latest addition to the roster, and I can't wait for spring training games to start. Which new Blue Jay are you most excited about? For me, it's Jesus Sanchez. Not just because I made a 10-minute video on him. There's a lot of options to choose from, so let me know in the comments. I hope you're having a wonderful day like always. Keep watching your Blue Jays, and peace.